What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy and welcome back to another video. And this is going to be the only video of today. Quick note, the upload video has been delayed till tomorrow because I'm tired and I want a nap, so I'm going for a nap instead. Deal with it, I suppose. But today we're talking about the playoffs again. I talked about it yesterday in general, who I thought would go through and win, which I said us. Controversial. I know I'm going to be going in depth about Sheffield Wednesday today because they are the team I support. Did also say, although I wanted to play Fulham because I didn't think they were what they're hyped up to be, which they proved in the playoffs, I did say Reading would go through. I even put a bet on Twitter and put a tenner on it, cashed out a 20. Made a £10 profit. Easy, because I think Reading were massively underestimated. It was a penalty, but at the end of the day, I think Reading would have got the goal anyway. But moving on from that, we've got to talk about Sheffield Wednesday versus Huddersfield. We're going to go in depth, especially on the Sheffield Wednesday side, and I'm really nervous because Fulham were perceived to be a fantastic attacking team and they scored one goal in 3 hours. One goal in 3 hours, and it's insane to think about, really, that a team that people basically said, oh, they've gone up. And no one's a match for Fulham if they're on the game. Well, turns out Reading disposed them pretty easily. Very defensive formation, stick 5 at the back, and you're gonna do all right. Granted, the keepers are in fine form. I think they should. The fact there's only one goal from the penalty spot is ridiculous from both sides. But gives me hope, but also makes me nervous because it's just. I know if we get to the final, we've got a much better chance than we did against Hull. But I know, I want the team to change from the team that played the first leg. Now, as far as the first leg goes, 0-0 from what I wanted. I'd hopefully would have taken a 1-0 or a 2-1 or at least a goal advantage back to Hillsborough, give us something to hold on to, something to sort of really start with. He said it was 0-0. I think Carlos had this in his plan. He went out, set out for the 0-0, got the 0-0. Maybe tried to get something on the counter, but we weren't good enough going forward. Forestieri and Fletcher were vacant. I don't think that formation suited Wallace too well, so he's pretty poor. I think Lee, and in particular, I've seen him in Fulham. He was fantastic at Fulham. I don't think he did too well. And of course, everyone working around going forward wise in a defence, everyone did their jobs. We conceded 0 goals, so that's positive. But the game plan was very clear. I think when you saw the team and how it was set up and saw the bench, when you've got 2 defenders, a sort of a midfielder to try and reimburse things, and 3 strikers, you're seeing, well, what's he going to do? At some point, Fletcher and Forestieri are going to come off, replaced by probably, and I saw the 3 strikers were Nuhiu, Winnall, and I can't think of his name, Jordan Rhodes. There we go. I knew at some point it would be Rhodes and Winnall coming on to try and put a bit more pressure on, and maybe David Jones coming on, and that was that. I'm surprised Jono Semedo didn't make the bench because he's been doing a decent job running in and coming in, as a late sub really to sort of help run down the clock. But for the home leg, I feel like we need to change, and I would want change in the first team and in the bench. Now, obviously, an attacking player in Matthias, I don't think I would have given him much shout. He's obviously sent off, so he's the only player I'd rule out. Gary Hooper also I'm not going to be including because he's injured. I'd love him to make a return. That being said, though, what change would I make? Well, the back 5, Westwood has to play. He's our number 1 goalkeeper by far. The back 4 did really well. Maybe you might see Palmer come in. Maybe you might see Fox come in. But for the general part of it, if they're all fit, match ready, I'd stick them 5 at the back. Westwood, Hunt one side, Pudel the other, Lees and Luvens in the centre. Now in the midfield is where I'd change something. I would potentially leave Wallace benched or leave Reach benched. Most probably leave Reach benched, move Lee out wide and have Sam Hutchinson come in because I feel like it's a risk. It is a risk. And I don't think he's been in the first team plans for the latter part of the season, but he is one of those midfielders that are so vital. He can sit back and go as a 5th, centre back if need be. He can go forward. He's good on the ball. He's a great tackler, albeit he's got that risky challenge in him. But I feel like we need that sort of player in there. With Reach on the bench, give us an option to maybe go more attacking later on in the game. And as for up top, to be honest, I don't think Fletcher or Forestieri. There is a dog barking now, so I do apologise. I don't think Fletcher or Forestieri did enough, either of them, to get into the second leg. Now, Forestieri is a player that can explode. You know, you click your fingers and he can do something magical. In that 90 minutes at Hillsborough, I am telling you, he's going to do something that makes you sit there and go, that was good. That was good. And I don't know if it's going to be a goal, if it's going to be an assist, if it's going to be just making a good chance, or getting ourselves out a really, bad spot of bother, really bad bit of pressure, winning us a corner, or throwing deep down the pitch, giving us a bit of time if holding on to that lead. He's going to do something that makes you think, that was a really good bit of play. I can tell you that for a fact. But Fletcher and Forestieri, no, I don't think I did it. Fletcher was awful. And I've been very critical of Fletcher. Of course, I haven't posted much this season. Again, whether in the Championship or Premier League next season, I'll be getting a season ticket, so hopefully vlogging a bit more. I'm up there. And hopefully just be doing reviews on most Sheffield Wednesday games, and also, maybe the Championship in general, maybe the Premier League in general, who knows. But I've been very critical of Fletcher. He has the odd game where he scores a goal and looks okay. For example, he got a goal in the Derby game, I believe, and looked okay in that one. But he was poor. He had a few chances, didn't really take them. Wasn't very good at winning the flick-ons. Wasn't doing what I thought he could do. And then he had that one chance on his left foot and just completely missed the ball. And that is for me why Jordan Rhodes should start. I don't think any of our strikers really, the way Carvajal plays, are going to be like 20 goal a season strikers. But the defence is solid. That's why I think if we're going to play more attacking at home, Hutchinson needs to come in to get that balance in defence. Lee out wide maybe so he can push in as a third central midfielder, get that extra bit of pressure, and also he's a workhorse as well. And but yeah, up front I'll probably go with Rhodes, and Forestieri is debatable one. Forestieri, I'd probably, if Hooper isn't fit, I'd say Winnall. Have Fletcher and Forestieri on the bench, have Reach on the bench, have Nuhi on the bench. As much as he is slated, as much as I love the guy, I don't think he's particularly up to the standard of the other strikers, i.e. Winnall, Rhodes, but he can offer something no one else can, which is defenders can mark a 6'2" striker. They can get rid of a decently paced striker, but a 6'6" striker gives you so many different problems. If we're going for a goal, he can be really, really vital. If we're trying to defend, he can come back and nod the ball out of the area every single time. He's very, very important, and that's why I think he shouldn't start. He should be on the bench. And that's about all I'd change, really. As for Huddersfield, people are saying, they could adopt the defensive tactic away from home, but they haven't looked too good playing it. Huddersfield got where they are from playing that sort of football they've been playing throughout most of the season, the fast-paced German-type football, fullbacks attacking on. But I feel like we can do this, but we can also lose this. It's very, very tightly poised. I don't think there'll be many goals in it. Maybe even like a Reading-Fulham score, a goal either side. Because I feel like if we get a goal, we showed away from home, we can defend. If we can do that at home as well, once we get a goal, I don't think there's much coming back for Huddersfield, and then they have to go for it. They were going for it a bit in that game because I wanted to try and bring a 1-goal lead into this game. But this game, if they're with their 1-0 down with 5 minutes to go, they are going to be lobbing everyone forward. Corners, keeper is going to be coming forward, and that gives us a chance to counter. And that's why I feel like coming on late on, I feel like Reach and Forestieri could be huge advantages. Whether we're going for it or not, they have sort of pace, they have the power to really attack and go in for the kill, go for the jugular if you must. And that's why I think they are. I feel like they should be left on the bench. They didn't do enough for me for a first team spot. But yeah, that's pretty much how I see it. I can't think of anyone else I would bring in. I'd keep Sasso on the bench, maybe Palmer, maybe even Semedo. Sasso can play out wide if need be. In the midfield, there's no one else I would really bring in. I mean, Amon Abdi, if he's fit, he's got that potential spark in him, but is he going to be fit? And attacking wise, Buckley maybe is an option. We've got Callum McManaman, who also hasn't really done much since joining on. I believe it's on loan. But yeah, that's how I'd leave it. And let me know, what do you think will happen in the playoffs? Because Reading are obviously there. And who do you think will win out of us two? And who do you think will win in general? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed. I'm going to go sleep, and peace.